and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Tessa and welcome. Here we talk about all things 20s. I am 24. I'm living downtown Toronto. I also live across the street from a huge construction site, but as we will talk about later in this video, that will be changing very shortly. But the video you clicked on today is our February monthly reset. And for me, a monthly reset is very admin heavy, talking about a reflection, planning, goals, and all that kind of stuff versus like doing the physical space reset. And that's just how I like my resets to be. I know there's so many different variations of resets here on YouTube and across the internet, but for me, that's just kind of what I like mine to look like. So let's just jump right into Notion and talk about February. So I'm going to be looking down quite a bit because that is where my laptop and therefore my Notion is. But we actually can't start the whole February reset until we reflect on January. And I honestly think, just generally speaking, January was pretty good for me. I only had maybe 2 or 3 down, like bad mental health days. And I really strongly attribute that to my fitness. This is the first time in probably like a year and a half-ish that I've been consistently moving my body. I don't want to say working out because some days it's just a walk and other days it's like a super crazy hit, sprint, spin, Pilates, any of those types of workouts. But it has made the biggest difference on my sanity and my mental health and just having some structure to my life in this season of unemployment. My monthly reset template starts with highlights and lowlights of the month. So let's go first with our highlights. First one, we've got meeting new friends and feeling comfy with them off the bat. If you don't know this about me, which you probably don't, I am a relatively socially anxious person, like not diagnosed by anyone, but I'm definitely very introverted and I often struggle to feel cozy around new people. And last month was a really cool awakening for me. We had 2 girls' night vibes with a group of new people and I knew like half of them, didn't know the other half, and it was honestly just really lovely to be around a group of people that made me feel okay to be myself. Okay, the second one, and we already touched on this a little bit, but it is Sweat and Tonic. Enough said. So Sweat and Tonic is the gym that I've been going to with all of my classes, and it has, like I already said, just been so fresh and life-changing and incredible for me. It's also been a really good place for me to work because they have some co-working space, and I just find myself being really dialed in when I'm there because I don't want other people around me to be like grinding and then I'm just sitting there like scrolling on TikTok, you know? Third, I am actually feeling pretty motivated in most walks of life. If you've seen any of my unemployed videos, you would know that that was not the case for quite a while, and I'm just really happy to be getting back to a place where I can feel content in my body again. Fourth highlight is finding our new home, and it's just gonna be so perfect, and I'm so happy that we got it. It's gonna be so good. Stay tuned for the moving vlogs because there's gonna be, I've already planned at least 3, but we'll kind of see where it goes from there. And my final highlight is my new PJs, which sounds really lame, and honestly it kind of is for that to be a highlight of your month. But I got the short sleeve, short pant PJ set from Indigo, which is a Canadian brand if you are one of our American friends. I love them so much. I got a black pair for Christmas, and then Tommy, my boyfriend, got me a like nice periwinkle light blue pair for like second Christmas. I don't know, just kind of got them for me, and I love them so much. They're so cozy and make me feel so great. But we can't only talk about the highs, we also have to address the lows. We're going to keep these ones a little bit shorter because obviously don't want to dwell on them. 1, I didn't post as much content as I'd hoped, but I definitely filmed a lot. So my issue was more so in the editing and posting process, which I think is good because before I was like struggling to even find the time to film. So I'm gonna count that as like a positive but negative thing. Second, I feel like I was really struggling to keep my space tidy. So I've never really been the best at picking up after myself. I've never been the person to take my outfit off at the end of the day, put it right into the laundry. It's always just kind of on my bathroom floor because I'm heading for a shower. And that's something I really want to get a little bit more on top of this year because it is really starting to stress me out to just like look around and see stuff everywhere. Yes, right here, what you see looks great, but around me is a disaster. I'm also hoping moving will help with that. Third low light, and this won't come as a surprise if you've watched any of my other layoff unemployment type videos, but that is just often having confusion of what is coming next in my life. And I'm just gonna leave it there because I'm 23. I'm not 23, I'm 24, unemployed. Like, obviously I have no fucking clue what's going on. Fourth, and this is obviously not something that I can control, but I live in Canada, I live in Toronto, and winters here recently have just been so gloomy, and half of my days, no, way more than half, probably like 70 to 80% of my days for the past 2-3 months have just been so, I'm looking out my window right now because it's another day like this, just been so cloudy and gloomy and gray, and like if it's super sunny out, it means that it's absolutely freezing outside. And I know that that's just like a thing in winter, but it's just been so gross. Like it's not even been cloudy, it has been fully clouded over. You know the difference? Do you know what I mean? And then the last one, which is really something I can't really pinpoint, is just that I've been feeling really tired, like all the time. My eyes just feel so heavy, and I don't know if that's because they're dry or my air is dry and it's making my eyes dry, or if I'm just not sleeping very well, even though my watch says I'm sleeping fine. I don't know, but I've just been feeling tired recently, and that's my last little light. Okay, we are gonna bring the energy back up and talk about our wins of the month. These are wins from January, and let's just talk about them quickly. So these are my wins of January. If you saw my 2024 goals video, you would see that I'm really working on celebrating myself, and this is a huge opportunity for me to do that. First, started my morning class grind. It was at 8:35 in the morning, which isn't super early, but I did it. I started. That's something I've been wanting to do for literal years, and I did it. So that, to me, is a win. Second, I signed full-time volunteer position at Redacted. Again, this is my dad's startup company. Third, we hit 600 subscribers here on the channel on January 23rd, and then actually 5 days later, we hit 700. That's so insane to me. So if you are one of those people, thank you so much for joining me along that along this journey. I'm so happy to have you here, and I hope you stick around for a while and watch me along this whole transition that I'm experiencing in my is this technically my 25th year if I'm 24? Whatever. I hope you can relate. I hope you feel less alone if you're one of those people that subscribed, and I'm happy to have you. Next down the list, I actually did a very early class again for me, and that was a 7:25 hot Pilates class. That class absolutely destroyed me. It was so hard, and it was also great at the same time, so big win. Our final win of January was that we started planning our California trip. So my parents have rented a little house in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, for the month of April, which is absolutely insane. They've never done anything like that before. So obviously, me and Tommy want to go visit. So we started talking about it last week, a few days ago, and we're gonna actually start planning it. So that is a huge win because we haven't been away together since last April. So it'll be a full year, and I'm just so excited. Okay, so typically our next step would be to review January's goals and then to set new goals for February. But I don't really like to set goals in January just because I feel like it's a little too overwhelming to be setting my annual goals, do the full annual plan, and then also set goals for that month. So the month of January for me is more so just kind of starting to tackle some of those annual goals and trying to figure out what habits I can be implementing in order to get there. That said, we did set some goals for February, so let's talk about them. First, we've got our side hustle goals, and that is posting 2 videos a week here on YouTube and daily on TikTok. I have never posted TikTok in my entire life to the public. I've posted like a few to my friends only, like the people that I follow and they follow me back, but that's it. But I think that I'm ready to dabble in the short form. I've already started planning some of it, and I'm kind of excited because at first I was like, I literally have no idea what I would make a TikTok on, but now I'm just like, hey, whatever, it's not that deep. Just do it on the same type of stuff you do here, cross promote the platforms, and you're good to go. So follow me on TikTok. My profile, I'll put it here. I don't know what my username is. I'm not that deep into it yet. My next category is development, and this is something that I've never really set as a challenge for myself before, but I know it's a huge challenge, and that is to start a conversation with a stranger at the gym. So the gym that I go to, the class doors don't open until like 5-ish minutes before the class starts, and people obviously are like congregated outside the room. It's so easy to talk to someone there, but again, social anxiety, introverted vibes, that's just so uncomfortable for me. Then we've got 2 health and wellness goals. The first one being maintain a minimum 5 days of intentional movement. Again, this doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be a Pilates class, it can be a walk, but I just want to keep moving because again, it's just made me feel so good. Like I'm so overwhelmed by the difference in my mental health when I am moving my body. It's just like completely unfathomable, even though I know that that is literal science and people have been swearing by it for literally ever. I'm only just learning the true impact of it now. Second health and wellness goal is to take my daily supplements. So there are a few things that I want to be taking on a daily basis. My athletic greens, my L-glutamine, creatine I started yesterday. So we'll see how that goes, see if that helps me, you know, build some muscle, because I don't want to just be in the gym all of this time and not get stronger. And creatine helps you get stronger quicker, or just stronger in general. I don't really know. There's also a few other supplements that I take, but we will have that discussion at another day. Okay, and then we have 2 hobbies goals. The first one is research sourdough, and that sounds like a pretty weird goal, but my oven in this apartment is so trash, and I'm really hoping that the oven in our new place is a lot better and that I can start baking bread. I want to be like homemaker, corporate girly, not really corporate girly because I'm over that, homemaker, entrepreneur, fitness girly vibes. So I really want to learn how to make bread, and I think first, before I actually do it, I need to do research to feel confident in what I'm doing. And then we'll go from there. So I really want to research how to make sourdough. Second in the hobby category is to read for 20 hours. I'm just going to track this. I use the Kindle app on my iPad, so I'm just going to track the screen time because I don't really know how else I can track it. Then we've got one personal goal, and that is to simply make the apartment feel like home. Again, I'm moving in the middle of February. I do think that end of Feb will be a bit of a stretch to make it feel like home, but I think it's possible to like move in and settle a little bit, and that is my goal with making it feel like home. Our final goal here is a travel goal, and it is once again related to that California trip, and it's just to plan it, to figure out what we want to do, figure out when we're actually going to go. So within this template, the next task is actually a financial review, but we are going to be doing a what I spent in January video separately, so I'm going to do that by myself. You're not going to come along with me until we film that video, so stay tuned for that one. That's another reason to subscribe down below. So because of this, our next task is actually going to be planning this month's event. So I don't actually have too much going on this month. I've just got a nail appointment tomorrow, a little Othership double date on Saturday. Othership is a like hot and cold therapy place thing here in Toronto. I've never done it. Sarah got me a gift card for my birthday, so we are gonna go, but we are also bringing our respective male partners, so it's gonna be a little Othership double date. Every Monday this month, I've got a little Bachelor Monday at one of my friends' places, and then we are hosting a party on the 9th for my roommate's birthday, and also our little house cooling, because on the 15th is our move in / move out day, and I'm actually going to the Gals on the Go live show in Toronto on the 16th, and then on the 17th we have our U-Haul like big furniture move-in day. So that's gonna be a little bit hectic, a little bit chaotic, but subscribe and also follow along in the vlogs if you want to see how all of that plays out. But those are all of the plans that I've got going for the month so far. Whenever I sit down and do this plan, I also text like a bunch of friends and just be like, hey, let's see each other, let's hang out. And that's kind of when this calendar starts to fill up a little bit more. The next thing we've got is some more calendars. So this is my content calendar, content planning little area in the monthly reset. I do generally have most of my content planning on a separate page, but this is just kind of to review everything, see if it actually still makes sense, and just kind of refresh what my plans are. So as you can see, I've got an upload schedule, a filming schedule, and a TikTok schedule. The view that you're seeing right now is the upload schedule. So these are all the videos that I'm planning to upload for February. Maybe this will hold me accountable so that I actually upload all of these videos. Linked to this, I also have a filming schedule, and this just helps me plan when I'm actually going to film all of the content that I'm planning to upload. The final schedule here is my TikTok upload schedule, and then the final thing within my monthly reset is actually a house physical cleaning and decluttering reset. But we're not going to do that this time because I'm moving in 2 weeks, and a lot of this is just going to kind of happen naturally. So we will pick that up again, probably not until April, because March is just going to be kind of a weird transition moving month as well. And that is our February reset. Thank you again so much for watching this video, and I hope you do subscribe. We're going to be doing this exact type template style of video every single month, so please do stick around if you liked it. If there's anything else you want to see in this type of reset or routine video, please let me know in the comments down below. I am more than happy to hear your ideas, especially because I think like hearing other people's reset routines kind of inspires me to iterate on my own. So let me know if you've got any other requests for this, or let me know what you guys do. But for now, I will see you when I see you, and stick around for future content. Bye!